Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's Joanna and today I want to talk about birthday presents for a 1-year-old. Now, my boy just turned 1 about a week ago, so I want to talk about everything that we got him and what other people got him that I think were pretty good presents. Now, don't get me wrong, there are lots of presents that I do think are pretty superfluous, they won't really get used, a bit of a waste of money, and also not very good for the environment. If you know me, you know that I like a little bit of sustainability and affordability. Okay, we like to reuse, recycle, donate, all those sorts of things, right? And we like to buy secondhand. So these are the presents that we got for Harris that I would recommend if anyone is looking for any presents. I will say as a disclaimer, your baby's 1 year old, they really do not need that much. They're not going to have much awareness of what's going on. I mean, it's obviously cute, like the start birthday traditions, don't get me wrong. He didn't really have much awareness of what's going on. He didn't really understand presents. He kind of understood wrapping, like unwrapping, but quickly got bored, wasn't interested in the present underneath, but was very interested in a helium balloon. So that's starting off with number 1, a helium balloon. Your baby will absolutely love this. They'll love pulling on it, they'll love hitting it, they'll love chasing after it. All the time, he just goes like this, pointing at that helium balloon. Loves it. Absolute crowd pleaser. I bought one for about £2.50, including the balloon and the helium. Very much recommend to get yourself down to Asda or Tesco's. They'll fill it up. Get some helium balloons. Number 2, wooden toys in general. We got a few different wooden toys. Things like jigsaws are so good for fine motor skills. We got a little dinosaur one, as you can see, and although it is quite complicated for him, it will be a few months before he can use it. It's really good for colours, patterns, and it's also really good for fine motor skills, and it's also really good for logical development as well. We also had some wooden musical toys. These are amazing for sensory play. Music in babies is such a brain developer. It activates different parts of their brain that when you play and make music together and talk and sing, you're activating all these parts of the brain, which means that the learning process is intensified. So get playing music, even if you do not know what you're doing, like myself. Get on your little recorder, get on your tambourine and just bang that drum. It's gonna be lots of fun. Probably the most successful present that we got, and I would actually recommend if you're gonna get one thing and you can afford to get it for a 1-year-old, maybe a 2-year-old, is a toddler tower. Now, we have a wooden one. This was gifted to us through his papa, which is his granddad, but it's really good because it folds out into a table and chairs as well, and it also has a blackboard and a whiteboard that can be spun around, so it's going to be a multi-use toy which will last him for absolutely years. So although £60 can be a lot of money, especially if you want to do a birthday fairly cheaply, I would definitely recommend that this is like an investment kind of present that they will love. Harris is at an age where he likes to know what's going on. Who does not like to not be part of the fun? And it's really, really good because it means that he can see exactly what I'm doing. I don't have to carry him. He is heavy, he's 14.5 kilos, and he can get involved in whatever I'm doing. So whenever I'm doing something like making some food, we get him up and we get him involved. Which leads me on to another gift idea. You can get little like child, toddler knife sets. Sounds a little bit scary, but they normally come in stages. So you start off with like a wooden block. If they squish their finger, it would maybe be a bit sore depending on how much pressure they put on, but it's blunt. And it's got a nice firm handle, so it's really good for their motor skills at this point. We'll get something like melon or a watermelon, a banana, and I'll get him to practice chopping. Amazing for their social, for knowing about fruits, vegetables, getting involved, wanting to try things, and their motor skills. Moving on, I have this amazing toy. We got this from TK Maxx. It's a little rolling ball set, but it's not just like any other rolling ball set, like a little spiral one. So you put the balls in and you can match the colours on top. So I'll say like, where does the blue ball go? And he'll try to match up to the blue ring. He has a hammer and then he smashes it. So it's really good for colour recognition, really good for getting his energy out. But it's really good for motor skills, particularly fine motor skills, placing balls on top and then hitting it with a hammer. He likes to just use his hand as well, don't get me wrong, but because there's a hammer, there's another layer of complexity, which I think will mean that this toy will last quite a long time for him because there's an extra layer of challenge. Another toy that he has absolutely loved, again, we got this when we went to TK Maxx, and Harris's dad, Luke, and Harris, they both were in the pram together, and Luke saw this red car. It has buttons on top that play music. Now, 1-year-olds, they love pressing buttons, okay? This is a bit of an extra toy, I will say, it's a bit superfluous. However, he loves it because it plays music. It has encouraged him to start dancing. He gets up and he just goes like this now. This sort of plastic red one, a little bit extra. It is definitely for older kids, but he loves it because of the buttons and the music. Which leads me on to another toy. There's a toy that I didn't actually get for his birthday, but I would like to get him for Christmas. My nephew, who is about 1.5, so a similar age, he has this little busy board and it has got loads of lights and buttons on. And I'll insert a video or a picture from Amazon. Really encourages cause and effect, it encourages fine motor skills, and it just really captures their imagination because it's like colourful. They see what happens, they explore with it. And then the last thing that I would get, we didn't get many, but some books. Now, I am a believer that we shouldn't really have that many books in the house because there are such things as libraries where you get books for free, replace them all the time. I don't have to have clutter, but it is nice to have a few books. I highly recommend at this age some board books. Turning the pages, really good for motor skills, creativity, learning about the world through books. Go to charity shops, they often sell them at a really reduced rate as well. We got this farm animal singing songbook, which is really good because it shows him what farm animals and what other animals are like, and also the sounds that they make, which is good because although we try and get out, we are personally not believers in zoos and petting zoos because we're very much #vegan. Animals being locked up. Yeah, so we like the whole idea about like looking at animals on the internet or through books and stuff. So yeah, there are some really good toys in there that your little 1-year-old will love, particularly the toddler tower. I hope you've liked those birthday present ideas. Again, some of these can be used for Christmas as well. So what did you get your 1-year-old? Do you have any fantastic present ideas that you're like, everyone should get this if they can? I would say that about the toddler tower personally. Let me know in the comments. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.